Absolutely, Jaman. I just wanted to jump in here with some developing news out of Vienna. I've just finished quite a lengthy conversation with Iraq's oil minister, who has explained in further detail why he believes an additional 400,000 barrel cut to production is necessary when ministers gather here in Vienna over the next 2 days for the OPEC meeting. Here's the first part of that conversation. Listen in.
I don't say I doubt that. I think there will be oppositions by some, and others will support it. What was the final verdict? I think it's too early to say. It is very much dependent on a number of, let's say, 2 or 3 main factors. One, the interests of individual countries, okay, especially the big producers. Whether those who would like to see stability and improve, prices, and others want to maintain their share, okay, because at the end of the day, if there's additional cuts, the contribution would come, most of the contribution would come from the big producers.
If the deal is extended either to June 2020 or perhaps out to the end of 2020, what will be the impact on the global oil market, in your opinion?
If it is extended to the, say, middle of the year, this is not yet, actually, a scenario that was studied is the first quarter. It will not be that effective. The glut, the increase in the commercial reserve will continue, and therefore we don't see significant change. But if tomorrow OPEC Plus decide to roll over the 1.2 till the end of the year, I believe also, based on the analysis, that it will be more significant.
I also had the opportunity to ask the minister about the widespread anti-government protests that have been engulfing Iraq over the past few weeks. Independent reports suggest that more than 400 people have been killed as a result of those protests, and at the same time, the Prime Minister has now also resigned. I asked him firstly, is there a resolution to this crisis anytime soon? And also, is Iraq's oil infrastructure or production capability at risk? Listen in.
They were at risk, not as a physical, let us say, facility. They were not at risk of being attacked, no. The operations were at risk, like, stoppage, like, let us say, civil unrest, trying to stop oil operation without, let us say, any clear thinking to what is going to be the consequences. And I was on television and I was on radio explaining this to the people of Iraq, especially to the people in the south. If you stop the operation, oil and gas operation in those fields, the first thing will happen to you will not have electricity. And this will affect hospitals and other, of course. It will affect life and so on. But there were, of course, some people who, commented on Facebook and others. They say, so what? We don't, it's like this, young people. But others, of course, no, actually stood with us, especially some, wise people from outside the government. Some tribal chiefs in the area also stood with us. And there was wise communication, and we managed, but it was wave after wave, incident after incident, a field after another field, and so on. It wasn't easy, believe me. It was very difficult. 2 months, they were very difficult, yeah.